Hi, Will. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'd love to talk a little bit about how to stay sane during the pandemic. I've gone through a lot of emotions during the past couple of weeks. I felt anxious over getting sick. I've been worried about my family. I've been worried about friends catching the virus. I've had trouble sleeping, and I felt really sad. I've also gone through days of being hyperactive and days of barely being able to get out of bed. It's been a roller coaster. Is there a way how I should be feeling during this time?
There is no right way to feel, and there is no shoulds, because just as in life, you're going to have whatever reactions that you're having. That is also in part because we are at a time where we are in a worldwide crisis. This is a pandemic, and so it's also a form of trauma. So you're going to have responses that are very specific to you, and therefore you are going to feel these things, the fear, the irritability, having more energy than usual. So one of the things that you can best do is to acknowledge these are the things that I'm feeling, and that's okay.
One of the things that I found helpful is to take breaks from watching news, especially on social media. I was seeing the same scary images, numbers, and videos over and over again, and it was really upsetting me. Do you have any recommendation on how to use social media during the pandemic?
Absolutely. One of the best ways is to really limit your exposure. The reason why I say that is because just like hearing and seeing social media, you are also digesting that and you're processing it through your physical body. So being able to say, you know what, I'm only going to spend a certain amount of time watching this, giving myself a complete break and doing other things, because you need to be able to replenish the amount of energy that you're taking in order to cope with what you just saw and what you heard. So stick to the facts from where you hear from the World Health Organization and from the CDC, and do the appropriate precautions that you need if you have to go outside.
What are some good ways of self-care during this stay-at-home order? I've been trying to get outside every day, walk on the beach, and I'm also cooking and baking a lot. And I'm doing little arts projects. All of those really help me to feel better.
That's the key phrase that you just said. It helps me feel better. So whatever it is that you're doing that helps you feel better will really contribute to your physical health and your mental well-being. So that could be, if you are not able to go outside, is to sit near a window where you can get some sunlight. It could be being able to really practice the fact that we have choices, and radical acceptance asks us to be able to accept things are what they are right now. We don't have control over certain things, but we can control how we respond to our situations at any given time. The other thing too that it's very important is during this time, a lot of stress hormones get released into your physical body. So something as simple as having water whenever you're able to is very, very, very helpful, because what it does is as your body is releasing fluid, it's flushing out the stress hormones as well. So I'm going to take a swig of water.
Very good.
Because I'm thirsty. And you need that. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it as long as it helps you feel good, it brightens your mood, it makes you feel more energized, then that's good.
So I heard it's good to keep a routine during this time at home. I've tried it, and on some days it actually helps me, but on other days it really puts a lot of pressure on me. How can I deal with this better?
That's a really great question that you're asking, because each moment is completely different from the one before. So when you know that routine sometimes works for you really well, you're going to have to ask yourself each day, okay, what do I need today? Is routine going to help me? And as you had alluded to, if it doesn't work for you, it's not going to work even if you try to force it. So be with yourself, be flexible, allow yourself and give yourself permission to go with the flow.
One topic that's really important to me is how to stay connected with my friends and family. I've been trying all kinds of things. I'm talking to some friends on the phone, we've been texting, we've been video chatting, we've been exchanging pictures, mostly of food and recipes. And last week we even had a virtual happy hour with some friends. And then I've been sending postcards to my grandma and other people who I know are lonely, just to, brighten their day a little bit.
what you're bringing out here is perfect, because this time, I know that the language has been social distancing, but really what we're emphasizing is physical distancing, not so much the social connections that we have, not only with ourselves, but with other people that mean a lot to us. It makes us miss the people that we care about. And so being able to spend time together, like the virtual happy hour you were talking about, is wonderful. Being able to handwrite things to your grandmother is also another excellent thing. Being able to share happy moments like recipes and, about food is another way of being able to connect with each other. And there are many, many other ways, including, hey, there's something called Netflix Party, where you can literally watch the same movie at the same time and still chat with each other while you're watching the movie. So many, many different ways. And folks, I'm sure, are going to come to think about many other ways too.
So let's say I'm someone with a pre-existing mental health condition. What advice can you give me to make it through the pandemic?
That's a very good question that you're asking, and one in which many people share the concern about. One of the things you can do is literally first to take care of yourself first and foremost, because when you're able to take care of yourself, you're better able to support other people. And when you are together with a group of people who support themselves, you can better support and create community that way. And so when you're in the feeling of community, where you're receiving what you need in terms of support, and you're also able to give because you're supporting others, then you're better able to be resilient, and it becomes like a positive feedback loop. So that would be one of the things I would recommend. Care for yourself first, just like you would if you had the oxygen coming from the airplane. Put it on yourself first, and then the next person.
So for me, the big takeaway is take care of yourself, and it's really okay to feel whatever you're feeling. Would you say that's fair?
Yes, I would say that's spot on, without a doubt.
Thank you so much for all your great advice. Stay healthy.
I wish you all the same as well, and thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye. Speaker, headphones, same as system, selected microphone. Can you hear me yet now? No? Okay.
So
It makes me thirsty talking.